This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Coming up on this episode of DL Weekly, the holidays are about to start at Disneyland, which means candy canes. Upgrading a Magic Key just got easier, an opening date for 2 attractions.
New themed suites are at Pixar Place. Life Day is coming again this year with some updates. We talk about our amazing experience dining at Club 33 and more. DL Weekly starts now.
Welcome to Toad Hall. To ensure a safe and glorious drive in your motor car, remain firmly seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside. Watch your children, and do try to drive more carefully than James and Vern. Ta-ta!
Hello and welcome to this episode of DL Weekly for the week of November 12th, 2025. I'm Teresa Urban.
And I'm Tig Bushman. We would like to thank everyone who supports the show, but this week we'd like to give a special shout out to Trisha K for becoming a new weekly tier, Emily K for upgrading, and Ashley C and Anna S for continuing their support. If you would like to support the show and get ad-free versions of each episode, access to our supporter-only Discord chat, and a bunch of other perks, head on over to dlweekly.net/support and become an official weekly tier.
Just a program note just for everyone to know. If you were interested in doing our ornament exchange, unfortunately, that has now closed. But if that is something you were interested in, you can go ahead and sign up at dlweekly.net/support so that you can make sure that you can get in on all the fun next year. Now let's get to the news.
Extra, extra, read all about it. DL Weekly reports from intrepid correspondents Tag and Teresa. You heard it here first, ladies and gents. Breaking news!
The holidays are nearly here, which means that it is candy cane season at the Disneyland Resort. This year, Candy Palace and Disneyland will have handmade candy canes starting November 28th, with 9 dates ending on December 24th. Trolley Treats in Disney California Adventure will have them starting November 29th, with 9 dates ending on December 25th. For the exact dates, head on over to the link in our show notes.
So, same old, right? Like, it's that time again. They've got a bunch of dates that are at both places. We've talked about this on some other episodes of the show, what our experience was and our tips for getting in there and getting yourself a candy cane. I think that our main takeaway is Disneyland seems to be the popular place that people want to go. So if you really want a better chance, if you get there at rope drop for opening, you can go right on over to Trolley Treats and are able to get in without a lot of hassle and a better chance of getting a handmade custom candy cane.
So it looks like on episode 364, apparently it was all about candy canes because that was the episode title. And the episode graphic is me being a weirdo sniffing my fresh candy cane because they're so good. I think of the two of us, I think I am safe to say that I'm the bigger fan of the Disneyland candy canes. I think they're 100% worth it, and I've gotten several. I've been very fortunate to get several during our trips. And if I was going to be there during this holiday season, I would do it again. I just really enjoy them. Something, though, that's changing this year, that's different from the years that we have experienced this tag, is instead of the QR code and like the virtual wait list, it sounds like they're going back to handing out wristbands. So I wonder if we had noticed things happening in our experiences where people were kind of cheating, we'll say, and would just kind of walk by and take a picture of the QR code and zoom in and join, like kind of like jump in line because they weren't actually in the physical line. So I'm wondering if they're changing the system because they continue to have issues like that. But it did get different every time we did it, because then there was one time that it like the QR code was like the size of a postage stamp. So there was no way that you could have gotten it from being in the middle of the main street. But like remember our first ever candy cane? It was a big on a sign. So you could scan it as you were walking past. And we noticed people scanning it as they were walking past. So it sounds like they did make some changes. I don't know why specifically, but those were some things we noticed that may have had something to do with it.
Doesn't always have to be digital. Sometimes some analog things like a wristband just works out well. So good luck to all those who are trying to get a candy cane this year. Well, upgrading a Magic Key has just become way easier. Magic Key holders can now upgrade their Magic Key to a higher pass level through Disneyland.com or through the Disneyland app. Previously, you could only upgrade in person at the parks. In addition to this news, Inspire and Believe keys are still available for purchase or upgrade. Enchant and Imagine keys are still open for renewals only.
This is really interesting. I'm glad that they did this, because previously you had to go to like one of the ticket booths to be able to do this, which seemed like a lot of extra hassle and work than it needed to be. So I'm glad that they simplified this process. But I'm really curious. So say you have one of the lower tiers and you decide that you know what? I think the higher tier is going to be a better benefit to me. How do they do the pricing on that? Do you pay just the straight up difference? Do they have some sort of like way that they calculate, okay, well, you've used half of your original pass, so we're only going to charge you I'm curious how the upgrade process works.
I'm thinking that they prorate it to whenever your
Sure. Yeah, if you've
previous
used
pass or whatever.
Yeah, if you've used like a third of your pass, then it's only a third of the or 2/3.
That's what I would guess. I feel like that's the kind of like that's kind of the way that most places do things like this and handles them. So what I've not understood for a really long time is there's a bunch of stuff that the app should be able to do, like make a park reservation, but it always kicks you out to the website. So I'm hoping that this isn't another kick you out to the website. We don't have our keys anymore, so I can't like test this. But it'll be interesting to see. And I never understood like why to upgrade it did you have to go, because they probably did that calculation thing at the booth. Another thing to note, you talk about the ticket booths. One of the reasons I think this is changing is they're getting rid of the ticket booths. This week, they closed the last ticket booths that are like in the middle of the Esplanade. And if you want to come and show up on the day and buy a ticket in person, not electronically, you now have to go to where Lost and Found is, which is now also ticket purchasing. And the line for that has been kind of long because obviously they're putting more things into one like set where you go to do that. I don't know how to feel about this. I mean, I don't feel like there's a lot of people who buy tickets at the booths, but I guess I don't really pay that close attention to it.
I don't know.
But anyway, the ticket booths are basically going away. So I can see trying to push more of this stuff online and not having to clog that lineup is probably something that they're looking forward to as well.
Plus, just making it more convenient for the guest.
Sure.
And easier to do.
As long as you want to do it electronically. Because what if you're like my mom and she doesn't know?
That's true.
You know?
Yep, that is true. Well, we finally have an opening date for Storybook Land, Canal Boats, and Casey Jr. Circus Train. November 14th, which is also the start of the busy holiday season, will see the return of these two classic attractions. In addition to the refreshed experience, there will be a new Tangled section of Storybook Land. Cast members have been seen testing the boats and training through the area while practicing the updated script.
So I watched our friend David from Fresh Baked on YouTube, and he was there. And they had cast members on the boats with paper in their hand. So obviously they're learning some new script stuff. And of course, just, breaking in the attraction that hasn't been used in a while, that kind of stuff. I will tell you, the thing that stands out to me is this repainted Monstro looks great.
I'm really happy that he looks like so fresh and very clean because... Right, it just happens because he's something that's outside. The sun has been beating down on him, but then also you get like bird droppings that will streak down the side of his nose and his face. So it's really nice to see him looking so fresh.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see. David also mentioned that for the first time since he can remember, at least since COVID, when the holiday season starts, every attraction will be open.
Yes.
And nothing will be down for refurbishment.
So the only thing that's scheduled for a refurbishment right now in December is Indiana Jones is going down for, I think it's like December
or something.
1st through the 3rd. But other than that, it's been wild. I noticed that putting together folks' travel itineraries for people that I'm helping plan their trips to Disneyland for the holiday season. And I I thought it was a mistake. Like on the refurbishment calendar, I kept thinking, I'm like, this must not be loading correctly. But no, there's no refurbishments. Now, of course, in DCA, you have to keep in mind that Monsters, Inc. is going to be going away. So get your last ride in with Monsters, Inc. before that is no longer. And then the other big thing over there is the pathway, of course, between Avengers Campus and Bugs Land being closed. But other than that, attraction-wise, it's crazy. I'm so excited for this. I'm also so excited that Storybook Land will be back in action for the holiday season, because it also gets a little holiday overlay that a lot of people don't talk about, because all of the little villagers and townspeople that live in Storybook Land decorate their homes, and it's so cute. You have to go ride during the day and the nighttime, because you can, of course, see the little details of like their little wreaths and stuff like that better in the daytime. But then at nighttime, they have tiny little strings of lights that light up. It's so darling. So
plus, it's just kind of magical at night. Like, I actually think riding it at night is better than riding it during the day, just because it's easier to see things. You're not getting the sun in your face, you know. Yeah. And especially with, like, you know, wintertime, you get more dark hours, you get more opportunity to ride it. Well, Pixar Place is about to get 2 new themed suites that guests can book. The new rooms are themed to Coco and The Incredibles. Reservations for the suites are open for stays starting in December 2025. The Coco suite features Oaxacan-style architecture, terracotta tiling, Mexican artisan quilted and woven pieces, a fireplace, and more. The Incredibles suite is themed to mid-century modern with a hand-scanning prop at the entrance, super-inspired touches and special effects, including a spy phone, hidden messages, and more.
This is so exciting. So I don't remember when they first announced and released the concept art for these, but they announced it quite a while ago. But the super exciting thing is that you can book these rooms now. I don't know which one I would choose, though. They're both so, like, if I had an unlimited amount of money and could snag both of these reservations, I think I'd have to do both, because they're just so different, but so highly themed and immersive. Which one would you choose?
You picking both is like the most
quintessential Teresa. Yes.
I would definitely do the Coco one. I don't mind the Incredibles, but they're not like something that like that I go out of my way for. Where I just think that the Coco, like, I don't know, mid-century modern feels too like real, where Coco feels more like fantastical to me.
I get you. I feel I have similar feelings. I feel like the Coco theming feels more magical and more like you're stepping into that world. But the thing I really love about the Incredibles theme is not necessarily that it's Incredibles, but I love the mid-century modern look that they have going on in this space. I love it.
I'm also excited to see pictures and video and stuff of what these rooms look like, because all we have right now is concept art. And so every time we've seen concept art of like hotel rooms and stuff that they're doing, what ends up being real, not better or worse, just different. And so I'm curious, like, what will be different in those spaces. You
know what I just noticed? Maybe if we listen back to the episode that we talked about these the first time, I noticed it at that point too. But I don't remember noticing this before. Look at the grate of the fireplace in the Coco themed room. It's the Marigold Bridge. So, like, if you have a fire lit, or if they have a faux fire going on behind there, and it's got the orange glow, it's the silhouette's the Marigold Bridge. What a fun little detail.
I will say, though, for the Incredible Suite, the idea of like having like special effects and stuff, like that's also really cool. Apparently there's a connecting room for Edna Mode designed by Edna herself. So like that's got to be great, right? Because everybody loves Edna Mode. So I don't know. I'm really excited to see the first people that stay in these in December and get some pictures and video and stuff from it. Also, I'm curious, like, where the windows like look out onto.
Are they
like,
magic
where are
windows?
They?
The Coco ones almost look like they're magic windows with the coloring that's going on.
That's true.
There.
That's true.
Time will tell. I'm excited, though. Well, November 17th is a very special day for Wookiees in the Star Wars universe. It's Life Day. For the last several years, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge has celebrated the event. This year, Chewbacca will be appearing for a limited time in his Life Day vest, which includes a red cloak and a Life Day orb. A number of food offerings and merchandise will also be available to celebrate the day.
So it's interesting because I feel like the first time they did this a few years ago, people were like super excited into it. This obviously is a holiday that came from the infamous Star Wars holiday special, but they celebrate it now at both coasts, so Walt Disney World and Disneyland. And they've done some stuff with the Disney Jollywood Nights, which is like their after our hours like party kind of thing that's going on over there. But for Disneyland, you're just going to be able to experience this. I'm looking at some of the merch. I didn't have a time to like look too close at it, but it seems like there's some pretty cool stuff here. This like pin with Chewbacca with the orb that says Life Day seems like something that's kind of cool. You can buy a figure of him, like an action figure. It's a little bit bigger than a normal action figure, but yeah, I mean, yeah, so they got a lot of like cool like little things that are special just to this, and then of course food.
Updated menus over at Docking Bay 7 mainly, and then there's special offerings at some of the other stands around Batu as well. This event has been so much fun to cover each year because it feels like it was like almost a grassroots effort. It's like the fans kind of like willed this to be, because if I remember correctly, the first celebrations of Life Day on Batu were like total like it was the fans that came and did their thing and brought their own orbs and like had their own celebration on Batu. And I love that Disney embraced that. And every year it's kind of built more and more and more. So each year, like there's been new things added. Like I think maybe the first year there was like a pin, maybe a t-shirt, maybe 1 or 2 food items. So the fact that we have like a full-blown menu, like almost feels like a full-blown new menu going on at Docking Bay 7. You now have a like Chewbacca in his Life Day attire as a meet and greet character, plus like a lot more merch than just that like first pin that they had.
Yeah,
it's really cool to see this evolve.
I'm just looking at some of the food, and we're going to talk about some stuff during Snack Chat for the holiday food guide. But I'm just looking at some of these. The Felucian Kefka garden spread has the Impossible Meatballs, which are always really good at Docking Bay. The roasted butternut squash with roasted butternut squash puree, tzatziki, toasted sage, and pita chips. It sounds great. There's another option down here. This Milla flour toast that's at Oga's Cantina. That's a cinnamon swirled toast with whipped ricotta cream, cheesecake frosting, strawberries, lychee pearls, chocolate crumble, and matcha powder. I don't like. When I think of Oga's Cantina, I just think of kind of like small snacks. This is like a French toast, right? Like it's a little bit bigger. So all that stuff's cool. Also, the idea of this Kirkcodian cold hot chocolate. It's a cold hot white chocolate with Mexican chocolate spice mix and strawberry crumble. And we've heard great things about the cheese stuff that's at
the Life Day cheese branch.
Yeah.
Yes. I am with you. These items look delicious. I love that there's a good mix of savory with sweet, because once we get into holiday foodie guide, sometimes it feels like we get a little more sweets heavy with the foodie guides than we do savory. If I were to pick one thing, though, the thing that I'm drawn to the most is like this upgraded. So we've had the Felucian garden spread before. I think it was called something slightly different. So I am really liking this because we've had it before. I think it was the Felucian garden spread. Maybe it was different. But it's similar, but it got an upgrade. And roasted butternut squash and pita chips, toasted, like it just sounds like a great winter version of an already favorite menu item for us.
Yeah. I'm just looking here.
Trying to remember what the heck it's called. Yeah, it is Felucian Kefta Garden Spread.
Yeah.
So same name. No, that's the new one.
It's all the same stuff. So whatever. I don't know what they added differently, because they added toasted sage and pita chips, so it's the same. Yeah, I guess it's the same thing, so who knows?
I don't remember it. I remember it being pitas, though, like soft, like the bread, pita bread before. I don't remember the butternut squash. We're going to have to do some research and figure out what it was
Well, and
originally.
maybe it's on here right now because...
Yeah, they've got the new menu online right now.
Anyway.
We'll figure it out.
Also, it's just fun to say Wookiee cookie, because they have a Wookiee cookie as well. Well, last week, Earl of Sandwich Tavern closed permanently in downtown Disney, with the main sandwich shop closing a day later. As of now, the only place to get an Earl sandwich in downtown Disney is the temporary food truck near Star Wars Trading Post. A new permanent location, which will include Gordon Ramsay at the Carnaby, is expected to open sometime this winter.
Speaking of more food, like Tag said, I just feel like it's been the saga of poor Earl of Sandwich, and we finally seem to have some traction with the timeline of when things are happening with Portos, and maybe a little glimpse of a peek of when the permanent home of Earl will be ready. But it feels like we've been reporting on this for years. We have.
Well, it has.
It's been reporting on these
Expos
for years, because I was going to say the first time we heard the announcement for Portos, and then we got our little snack pack, was D23 2022. It's one of those at this point. I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Taking so long?
I just don't know what's going to happen when it's all done. I'm going to be like, are we sure? Are we sure that we're done now? Or is there going to be some other something? I just feel for the employees at Earl of Sandwich to have this. It's been a very long time of a lot of kind of like uncertainty on what's going on as far as are they going to still be in the La Brea area, which has been really popular. Every time we're there, it is popping. And I hope that they still get a lot of business while they're in their temporary space until they get to move into their nice, big, grand final space. I know we're going to go visit it as soon as it's open and we're out there at the same time. We're both very excited about this, but it's been a wild ride.
Poor Earl of Sandwich.
Poor Earl of Sandwich.
I just want it to open. Like, come on, get this building open so this like area of downtown, this and the other stuff that's coming to the old ESPN Zone building, like, can we just get all that done so we can be done with all of that?
Yeah.
That would be great.
And then once that's all done, Tig, we get to probably start seeing some of our Disneyland Forward projects coming to life and evolving too. So it's always a state of something new and exciting happening, right?
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We have to get the snacks for Tag and Teresa and James and Bern. Oh, and Cinderella. Time for SnackChat.
Well, for this week's SnackChat, we have another foodie guide. So this is the foodie guide to the holidays at the Disneyland Resort. So this is all the new foodie items coming to Disneyland, Disney California Adventure, as well as some of Downtown Disney and the hotels and resorts. So all sorts of fun coming your way. So we're going to start where you should start, Main Street, USA, and the Carnation Cafe. Tag was very excited about this. I missed this on the menu, and now that I'm reading it, I'm also excited about this. It's not even new. It isn't new. We somehow either forgot about it or missed it or something. But it's called the Holiday Dinner Special, which is not the most exciting name. But what it is exciting. It's petite New York medallions, herb Yukon gold mashed potatoes, haricot vert, onion straws with a Cabernet demi-glaze. Available December 1st through January 7th.
It looks really good. And I thought this was brand new because I don't remember seeing a picture of this before. The picture of it looks amazing. But the story of the foodie guide for the holidays is there's not a ton of new stuff.
You know, this could be like, maybe it's the foodie guide of Christmas pests.
Sure.
Where they're like bringing back different favorites throughout the years. Maybe that's what the theme is.
So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go through, and anything that's not new, we're just going to tell you what the item is. And then if you want to see all the description and everything, unless it stands out to us, we have it linked in the show notes. So also at Carnation Cafe, we have a Cosmopolitan, which is an alcoholic beverage. We also have an Eggnog Old Fashioned, which is also an alcoholic beverage.
This sounds delicious, though. I'm not even
it's not new.
A bourbon person, and this sounds good. Buffalo, I got to tell you now, because now that I've told everybody it sounds delicious, you're probably wondering, well, what is it? It's Buffalo Trace Bourbon, bitters, orange-infused brown sugar syrup, and a candied orange peel topped with an eggnog cream. Yum. All right, moving on. Churros near Town Square, and also at the Sleeping Beauty Castle location, they have an apple pie dipping sauce, which is new. It's cream cheese frosting topped with spiced apple compote.
I think that's what this is.
Yet delicious. I would probably just eat that.
Yeah, it looks like an apple pie filling, kind of, is what it looks like.
But there's a cream cheese frosting under, like, that's just it.
But they don't show it.
Yeah,
in this
but
picture,
like it's a layered little thing.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
At Gibson Girl Ice Cream, again, nothing new here for the holiday season that hasn't been repeated in previous holiday seasons. But we have a peppermint holiday sundae and a peppermint ice cream as things that are on offer. Then jumping down to the Jolly Holiday Bakery Cafe that always has some new stuff. And this year we actually do have some new stuff. We have a gingerbread cranberry cheesecake trifle, which is layers of gingerbread cake, cheesecake, and cranberry compote topped with gingerbread crunch, white chocolate mousse, and a mini gingerbread man. Aw, look at the little mini gingerbread man.
There's an orange cranberry loaf, which is topped with a cream cheese glaze and dried cranberries drizzled with white chocolate. Also sounds delicious.
There's a s'mores cheesecake, which is a chocolate cheesecake with chocolate ganache topped with marshmallow mousse and a torched marshmallow. That looks pretty good.
Sticky toffee bundt cake with a toffee sauce topped with vanilla chantilly cream. Ooh, also yummy.
So this next one made my list because, maybe I'm going to give some macarons a chance again.
Are you sure?
White mocha peppermint tree-shaped macaron filled with peppermint buttercream and a coffee bundt cake center. What makes this look cool is they've got a large macaron cookie at the bottom and then like a medium-sized one after some filling and then a tiny one at the top, so it makes the shape of a tree, which I just like kind of how it looks.
I'm surprised that it made your list because it's a coffee bundt cake and you're kind of...
Coffee bundt cake center, and... if I don't like it, I can eat around it, and somebody else can eat the coffee bundt cake center.
Got it. Some savory offerings that are returning to Jolly Holiday. There's a roast beef and cheddar sandwich on a hoagie roll, a Thanksmas sandwich, turkey pot pie soup.
There's a Mickey gingerbread, a Mickey-shaped holiday cookie, a pumpkin muffin, and, of course, the peppermint cold brew.
Okay, so real quick, Mickey gingerbread. You can only get these at several, there's not very many locations that you can grab these at. So in Disneyland, Jolly Holiday is one of them. Also Market House, which is the Starbucks location, halfway up Main Street. Those are your two main places to get them in Disneyland, or the two most popular places to get them in Disneyland.
Didn't you get one, at Troubadour Tavern or some random place like that?
I don't remember.
There was some random place like that. Somewhere I remember.
Yeah, could be. But those are the two main or two popular places. You can get them inside the Grand Californian Hotel lobby. Yeah, they're delicious. If you've never had one, you gotta try one. Even if you're not I'm not a big gingerbread person, because when I think gingerbread, I think the rock hard, crunchy.
Oh, Red Rose Tavern.
Red Rose Tavern has them. Okay. I think of the gingerbread that comes in the kits that you make the gingerbread houses. I guess I'd never had a true gingerbread cookie until I tried the ones here at Disneyland. And they're fun. They're very cute. Pumpkin muffin is one that's come back year after year. That one we have had and we've enjoyed that too. So that's another solid choice, as well as that peppermint cold brew.
So, moving on to the Little Red Wagon, some returning favorites again, a chili cheese corn dog and a blood orange and hibiscus limeade.
All right, moving on over to the Plaza Inn, we've got an apple bundt cake, which is new. It's filled with caramelized apples, topped with cream cheese glaze and a green mousse, finished with chocolate ears and a red bow.
Aww. It looks cute. It's not on my list, but it looks cute.
It is very
Mostly
cute.
because I think, maybe as I'm going through this, I'm just not in the mood for sweets at the moment.
Sure.
So some of these things I'm sure that's good, but it seems like it's going to be sweet.
So I've had a couple bundt cakes that Plaza Inn has had on other foodie guides and special menus. And if you're a bundt cake person, I have enjoyed the bundt cake. So
okay.
There's nothing that tells me that this one's going to be a
They're
miss.
not too sweet?
I don't think so,
Okay.
no.
Also, there is a new peppermint chocolate tart, which is a chocolate tart shell filled with chocolate ganache and mint marshmallow, finished with chocolate lines, whipped topping, sprinkles, and a chocolate-filled cookie. That looks really good.
Looks really
artistically.
good. This looks really good. It sounds really good. I'm a big chocolate and chocolate mint person. This one does sound like it's pretty rich. So you probably want to have a glass of water or a cup of coffee or something to go along with it, or maybe share it.
Milk would be good.
There you go, or a glass of milk. Sounds really good. I also have not tried this, but this feels like kind of a good, how do I want to say it? A good if you go to Disneyland for the holidays every year, this would be something I could see a lot of people being part of their like tradition of enjoying. And it's a gingerbread cake, which is a returning item. It's cream cheese filling with a gingerbread crunch finished with buttercream glaze and a chocolate gingerbread cookie.
And, of course, the Christmas Fantasy Parade dining package is back. So you get a festive lunch with an all-in-one meal package. It comes with a reserved viewing for the Christmas Fantasy Parade. And for the adult menu, you get a holiday meal offering a creamy potato leek soup garnished with fried leeks, chives, and citrus cream. You get an herb-roasted chicken entree with mashed potatoes and buttered haricot vert with a caramelized onion sauce served with a holiday Yule log dessert and an adult fountain beverage. What do the kids get?
I think this sounds delightful. After they had, what was it for the 70th? Their like pea puree thing with like meatloaf that a lot of people weren't so sure about. This sounds like a winner.
Yeah.
For the children's menu, it's chicken tenders, creamy mashed potatoes, green beans, chicken, gravy, and a Hawaiian roll. And they also get the Yule log dessert with a choice of small Dasani bottled water or low-fat milk.
I kind of want the Yule log dessert. That sounds like it'd be really good. Over at Refreshment Quarter, nothing new here, but there is the Philly cheese potato and a warm spiced apple tea.
Yum. So Bengal Barbecue has a new Vietnamese iced coffee with brown sugar spheres and cold foam, as well as the ice pandan cooler, which I want to say was on, it's either the Halloween fall time foodie guide or maybe it was one of the 70th offerings, but that is still around and on this foodie guide as well.
I've heard that Vietnamese iced coffee is really good.
Okay, so I was talking with Olivia, one of our community managers. She was in Disneyland overlapping when we were there, and she was in DCA, and she's like, I need a coffee. We're over here. What should I get? I said, I really enjoy getting the Vietnamese iced coffee over at the cappuccino cart right outside of the Little Mermaid and San Francisco. Yeah. And that's a like just a regular menu item there. So this is fun that this one adds brown sugar spheres along with that cold foam.
The brown sugar spheres are really good because in that other thing that I like, they're the brown sugar spheres too.
There you go. Churros near Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and the pretzels near Big Thunder Mountain Railroad both are offering a brand new dipping sauce, which is a chocolate peppermint dipping sauce.
Over at Rancho del Zocalo restaurant in Frontierland, we have a new item in a arepa de conchinita Pibble? I'm so sorry. It's a crispy corn arepa with refried beans, conchinita pibble. It's a Yucatan Peninsula-inspired pulled pork, avocado salsa, cotija cheese, and spiced pickled red onions served with tortilla chips.
This looks so good. What do you think of this? I'm sold. I'm all in.
Didn't put it on my list,
Really?
but it probably is good.
Ooh, that would be on my list. Okay. There's also pozole blanco, which is pork pozole, onions, cabbage slaw, lime wedge, and sliced radish served with corn tortilla chips, which is new. 2 returning items is a chocolate cake flan, as well as a hibiscus pomegranate cooler. I do need to note that hibiscus pomegranate cooler was just on, maybe it was the Halloween menu, because I just had one when we were there a couple weeks ago. I feel like this needs to come with a warning. I did not realize this when I ordered it, and then like the first taste of it kind of like hit me. When they say spiced, it is spiced. Like think of like a mulling spice or something like that. So it was much more holiday-y theme, like flavoring wise. I don't even know how to describe it. It was a lot of mulling spice type flavor for me, and I was not expecting that. So be forewarned. I think I probably would have enjoyed this if it was hot over iced as well. But yeah, just heads up. I know a lot of other people really enjoyed it, but it completely threw me off guard, and I think I had Vern finish it for me because I was just not digging it.
Yeah. Well, over at Riverbell Terrace, they have a new item, a buttermilk chess pie, which is a custard pie filling, graham cracker crust, vanilla chantilly cream, and raspberries. Actually, I'm not sure why I didn't put this on my list, because now that I'm reading it, that sounds pretty good.
Now it's on your list.
They also have a gingerbread pancakes, which is a gingerbread sauce, spice streusel, and vanilla chantilly cream with a choice of bacon or sausage, and then a returning favorite of sticky toffee pudding.
Over at Stage Door Cafe, we have the returning wreath funnel cake, and the Golden Horseshoe has a gingerbread sundae.
Over at the Blue Bayou restaurant, you can get a sticky toffee cake, which is new. It's soaked in bourbon toffee sauce and garnished with candied walnuts and vanilla ice cream.
Yum.
There's also the Holiday Sangria, which is a cocktail-inspired seltzer with cinnamon. That's new. And then there's the returning roast beet and citrus salad.
Cafe Orleans has cherry cream soda, which I want to say is another crossover either from the 70th or the Fall Foodie Guide, as well as a new holiday sangria, which is the same that you can get over at the Blue Bayou. The churros over by the Haunted Mansion, we know for sure were just there for the Halloween season. The strawberry churro is still around. Again, that was a strawberry-filled churro roll.
You can listen to Vern's review of that.
You can.
Was it last episode or the episode before last?
I don't
One
remember.
of the last two episodes.
Yeah, I don't remember when he got to the strawberry one, but yeah.
Some of Teresa's favorites are back at the Harbor Galley. There's the gingerbread cookies. So, right? Didn't you have gingerbread?
We have not tried the gingerbread
but
cookies.
you like the cookies, like the warm cookies.
Yep.
And new this time is a holiday royal icing dipping sauce.
The Mint Julep Bar has the peppermint Mickey-shaped beignets back, as well as a whipped chocolate peppermint dip to go along with that, and the cranberry pomegranate mint julep. I really like that version of the mint julep.
The popcorn near the Haunted Mansion has the holiday treats mix-in, so it's a scoop of holiday candy mix into the popcorn, so you kind of get that whole thing. I know people love it. I've never actually had popcorn with candy stuff into it, but I've heard that it's really good.
Yeah, I've not either. That is something you and I have in common.
There we go.
The Royal Street Veranda still has, again, these are items that were on previous foodie guides this year that are continuing on. The meatball slider, which is made with an impossible meatball, marinara sauce, and Parmesan.
And the review for this was don't get it.
Yeah, Vern did try this and was really excited about it, and he said it was nothing special.
It's also small.
However, the roasted vegetable salad, I did get. It is a cold salad, but it's roasted Brussels sprouts, beets, butternut squash yams, and burrata cheese with an herb balsamic vinaigrette. That was delightful. And then we also had the coffee fritters, which are still there. These were really good. I wanted you to try one, but I think you were too full.
Yeah.
But they were rolled in cinnamon sugar, drizzled with white mocha sauce, and garnished with praline sugar streusel. They tasted like... Think of if you kind of mashed up a donut hole with a churro. You know how the churro's got that nice kind of crunch on the outside with all the the sugary crunch on the outside with the warm softness in the middle. It had that obviously more warm soft because it was a bigger thing, but it was really good. And then new for the season, hot spiced apple cider, which is topped with a caramel whipped cream.
All I think about now, every time I see a hot spiced apple cider, I think about the apple cider, right? You guys make an apple cider for the pumpkin carving, right?
Oh, yeah.
Very good. You can't get that at Disneyland, but if you ever come, if you're ever lucky to come to Vern's pumpkin carving thing, you can have some. They're very good.
There you go. There you
At
go.
Tiana's Palace, we have a new item, a black-eyed pea stew with chicken and cornbread croutons, which is a slow simmered black-eyed peas with smoked turkey, braised chicken, bell peppers, celery, and onions, served with heritage rice and cornbread croutons.
Okay, we're not even through Disneyland. I think we're going to have to speed things up from now forward. Folks, we're only going to mention the new items.
Okay, works for me.
Because we're going to be here a long time otherwise.
Yes.
It's a very long stroll through SnackChat you've been going on with us. But new at the Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree is a mint chip funnel cake fry. It's spiced hot cocoa, sugar-dusted funnel cake fries, mint chip ice cream, whipped cream, and chocolate chips.
This was on my list.
Wow.
I like the
sounds
idea
delicious, but could potentially be very messy.
that these funnel cake fries are straight.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know. Just something visually appealing about it. Okay, at the Red Rose Tavern, we have a holiday butter cake sundae, which is a warm chocolate butter cake, peppermint ice cream, chocolate sauce, and crushed peppermint.
There are a couple of things here too that look like that butternut squash flatbread was on the menu when we were just there. So that's another. If you think you missed out, you did not. It is still there. Troubadour Tavern has all sorts of fun loaded potatoes, but new this year they have the Santa breakfast potato, scrambled eggs, shredded cheese, country sausage, gravy, and green onions atop a baked potato.
So I would try this one.
It's served until 11 or until supplies last. Eggs are not my thing.
Right.
But I cannot wrap my head around what this would taste like. I mean, like you have like, you know, breakfast potatoes and stuff.
Yeah.
So I could imagine all of these things combined work well.
Okay, I know I don't want to hold us up, but there's also a holiday. This is a returning one, but I was looking at it and I was curious. Then I read the description. I'm like, they have a holiday beef dinner potato, which is sliced tri-tip steak, spinach artichoke dip, demi-glaze, and crispy onions. I think I would try that too.
That
For once, I found some potatoes that I would try.
There you go. There you go. All right, moving on to Toontown. Good Boy Grocers has a strawberry slushie made with Fanta strawberry.
This was also on my list.
There you go.
Churros near Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters. There's a breakfast churro, which is a classic churro rolled in coffee-flavored sugar, served with maple and bacon dipping sauce.
Okay, I'm curious about that one too. That sounds...
They don't have a picture of it. I'm sad.
Bacon dipping sauce. Wild. All right. Galactic Grill. We have new this year a mushroom and Swiss burger, which is Angus beef and vegetable patty, roasted herb mushrooms, caramelized and fried onions, Swiss cheese and blue cheese. Oh my, like, don't you just feel like... and a partridge in a pear tree. No.
Yeah.
Swiss cheese and blue cheese sauce on a toasted brioche bun with your choice of cutie mandarin oranges or fries.
I'm like, this one's also intriguing to me because, first of all, I didn't read that it's a beef and vegetable patty, which is kind of cool because I like a good mushroom Swiss burger, but that's a lot going on.
Beef and vegetable patty, caramelized and fried onions, Swiss and blue cheese. Like,
it's like they couldn't make up their mind.
It's all the little pairings. Yeah.
It reminds me of the little fairies that are like, blue, pig. It was like, well, we'll just do both.
There you go. They also have the holiday parfait. What's that got in it?
Layers of chocolate cake, edible cookie dough, marshmallow mousse, chocolate crunch, chocolate mousse, and ganache served with colored mousse, star glitter, and truffle shell.
Wow, there's a lot going on at Galactic Grill. Look at the picture of this. I know. That's pretty.
It's got some
fancy
colors with it.
I need to shout this out. The holiday punch is returning. We have gotten that during our holiday trips and have really enjoyed it. It's pomegranate, cranberry, and orange juices with Sprite garnished with cranberries, orange wedge, and a rosemary sprig. It's fun. You know what's crazy? So we're trying to, in the sake of time, we're trying to like scan through and just talk about the new things. There's some things on here that I don't remember talking about before, like Willie's Churros at Buena Vista Street. They have a carrot cake churro. That sounds delightful. But what is new is over at Award Wieners. There's the Yuletide Carnitas Torta. It's warm Tolera bread with carnitas chorizo beans, cotija cheese, lettuce, pickled onions, and jalapenos and guacamole spread served with their film strip fries.
The next item
looks delicious and shareable.
Is something that's on my list. And as somebody, we live next to the state of Minnesota, and there's the Minnesota State Fair that like fries everything. This is on my list. It's called Don't Forget the Milk and Cookies. It's battered and fried cream-filled cookies, Oreos, with whipped topping, chocolate drizzle, and crushed peppermint candy.
Over at the Hollywood Lounge, new this year, the apple tamarind agua fresca, which is garnished with a dried apple slice. That sounds good. And then there's a couple of different beers and seltzers and mules that they've got available there too.
Over at Schmoozies, they must have gotten like a Mickey waffle maker over there, and they're just going to start doing all types of Mickey waffle stuff. For the holidays, they have a red velvet Mickey-shaped waffle filled with cream cheese and topped with whipped topping.
I like this because it feels like both parks, Disneyland and Disney California Adventure, don't necessarily have tons of breakfast options. So I like that they're adding these little things, even if it's just like a quick grab and go type thing, so that your only option isn't just a sit down restaurant or like the same place over and over. So I like that they've been slowly adding more breakfast items in the resorts.
Also, there's some ciders and ales and a new margarita and stuff there as well, along with tiramisu cold brew and a hard seltzer.
Cozy Cone Motel #1, the stop for your churros. They have an apple pie churro coming new for the holiday season. Classic churro with graham cracker sugar, apple pie filling, whipped topping, and caramel sauce drizzled all over.
Also on my list because this looks really good.
It looks really, really, really good. There's also a hot chocolate vodka cocktail there too. It's a vanilla vodka topped with whipped cream and peppermint candy on your hot chocolate. That sounds... It'll warm me from the inside out.
Cozy Cone Motel #3, which is the chili cone queso, has a Jerry's junk truck cone which is chopped fried chicken, garlic mashed potatoes, corn, chicken gravy, and cheese topped with green onions. I'm curious, I guess I could say.
Yeah. Over at Flo's, you can get the new apple crumble, which is topped with a vanilla chantilly cream.
Okay, at the Ghirardelli Soda Fountain and Chocolate Shop, there is a Ghirardelli Mexican-style hot cocoa, which is warm cinnamon and nutmeg, along with a subtle bit of spice from cayenne, mixed with Ghirardelli hot cocoa, topped with hot fudge whipped cream.
Moving on over to Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta, there's a cookie butter trifle dessert. So it's cookie butter base, cookie butter cheesecake mousse, and vanilla chantilly cream topped with a cookie. I feel like I'm getting all the things that have vanilla chantilly cream in the ingredients.
Certainly sounds like it.
But it looks delicious.
At outdoor vending locations throughout the whole park, there's a new dulce de leche pull-apart bread with pecans. There's also a mint chocolate chip cotton candy, which I think could be interesting. And then a couple of alcoholic beverages as well.
Broken Spell Lounge, which is, of course, over at the Disneyland Hotel, has a shepherd's pie for the season. Beef short ribs, mashed potatoes, vegetables, lemon zest, and a demi-glaze. That sounds delightful. Plus, they have all sorts of returning beverages, alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages to help you celebrate the season.
Goofy's Kitchen has a new pumpkin spice latte, which is espresso, pumpkin pie, spice syrup, and milk.
Look at that.
Available hot or iced.
The Coffee House over again at the Disneyland Hotel has a cinnamon roll latte, which is made with espresso, milk, white chocolate sauce, brown sugar, cinnamon, and whipped cream. Yum. And it is available hot or iced.
Trader Sam's in Chantilly Bar has a lot of new alcoholic beverages that you can do, but also only available on November 21st, with mobile orders being able to be placed as early as 6 a.m. Pacific on the app while supplies last, is a highly anticipated holiday zombie mug, tiki mug. It'll be available at Trader Sam's and Chantilly Bar on Saturday, November 22nd as well.
Moving on to a different hotel, the Grand Californian, the Great Hall Cart, has a few new items. There's the Christmas Jumbo Cake Pop, which is a chocolate cake pop dipped in white chocolate, and it looks like it's decorated like a Christmas tree.
It's cute.
Mm-hmm.
There's a holiday tea cake variety box, which has vanilla bean, double chocolate, gingerbread, and orange cranberry individually wrapped tea cakes.
There's a Mickey Snowman macaron, which I don't even see a photo. They're leaving it up to the imagination here. No photo, no description, but there's a new macaron. There's also a raspberry coconut wreath, which is an almond shortbread cookie with coconut macaron ring filled with raspberry jam. Ooh.
There's a bunch of new stuff at the GCH Craftsman Grill. Not a lot of descriptions, but names. A chocolate peppermint Long John donut, a Christmas tree cupcake, a cranberry orange muffin, an eggnog muffin, and a holiday cake donut.
I would try. I'm very curious about that eggnog muffin. So some fun things happening over at the restaurants of the different, the more sit-down restaurants of the hotel. So over at Storytellers, we've talked about this before, but again, just a reminder, we have Daisy's Holiday Pajama Party, which is available for breakfast as well as brunch. The thing that I think is so exciting, also at Storytellers, is Mickey's Christmas Carol Feast. So that's available just for dinner time there. And both of these, you get to see characters in unique costumes that you don't normally get to see them in. So obviously Daisy's, everybody's got their holiday pajama best on. And for Mickey's Christmas Carol, you get to meet the characters in their gear from Mickey's Christmas Carol movie, which I feel like is an oldie but a goodie. I'm most excited for Goofy's outfit because I just love Marley. He's like the ghost of Marley.
Sure. Their outfits look great. If you look at the link in our show notes, there's pictures of their costumes in there. They're actual costumes, not a concept art for this time. Over at the Pixar Place Hotel at Great Maple Modern American Eatery, there is a Great Maple Thanksgiving Prefix Meal, which is a 3-course Thanksgiving prefix menu featuring whimsical takes on comfort classics like maple brined turkey and honey rosemary glazed ham, served with all the fixins. That is available only on November 27th. Reservations are recommended. And there's a Great Maple Holiday Prefix, which is served nightly from December 24th through the 28th. It has comfort favorites and refined seasonal dishes like yellowfin tuna crudo, a brown butter gnocchi, and sticky toffee pudding. And again, it's available December 24th through the 28th from 5 p.m. to close. with reservations highly recommended.
The Sketchpad Cafe over at Pixar Place has a new cookie butter latte, which is espresso, cookie butter, condensed milk, and whipped cream. There's also s'mores hot chocolate, which of course is hot chocolate with toasted marshmallow syrup. And then they've got all sorts of grab-and-go breakfast or sweets items that are returning holiday favorites.
And there's a ton of stuff at Downtown Disney, but we're not going to go through all that because there's a ton of stuff. You can check it out at the link in the show notes, but you are not going to be left wanting for stuff for the holidays.
No.
And we've talked about it quite a bit. There's a lot of returning stuff, which was good stuff. So it's glad that that is returning for people who want to do that. There's also some novelties. I know this isn't SnackChat technically, but there's a couple new things. There's a holiday Baymax straw clip that's available a bunch of places. There's also a holiday Chip and Dale straw clip, a holiday Christmas tree truck bucket, which actually looks pretty cool, the regular holiday popcorn bucket, and a stainless steel tumbler. So you can get all these different things, as well as a glow cube and a travel mug. There's a bunch of stuff. So
there's a lot of stuff.
There's something for everyone, I think, in all of this.
You know what's really fun that I just realized, maybe because we're talking about like the holiday season with this, but the straw clips, I have always thought they're super adorable and have wanted them, but have not really known what to do with them. They would make great like tree ornaments.
They would.
And like these two, especially because Baymax all tangled up in the holiday lights with his trying to help. I'm assuming he's trying to help decorate a tree. And then you've got like Chip and Dale, who is it? Chip is in the stocking and he's trying to like hoist Dale up and like pull him into the stocking full of acorns with him. Like they're just really cute, but I never know what you do with them.
That's a great idea to put them as an ornament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I love it. Well, like Tag mentioned, this foodie guide it's on the Disney Parks blog, but it's also a link in the show notes. If you need to make your list, there's lots and lots and lots of items to choose from. I just want to give a quick shout out to our community manager, Kate, because as soon as these foodie guides drop, we are always talking about them in our Discord chat. And Kate actually went and created a quick guide, like a printable, have it all, like all these things listed out in one place so you can like make your checklist. It's like Santa's list, but it's food. You know, you can make your list, check it twice, and then as you're going through the parks, have a physical list of all the things you want to try and where they are. So shout out to Kate for helping make that quick for our chat. And then of course there's other ones that you can find online as well, but super, super fun.
Yeah. Well, it's that time again for our friend Eric over at Concierge to catch us up on other Disney news.
Hello, everyone. This is Eric Johnson with Concierge, and welcome to the D180. While Teg and Teresa cover all things Disneyland, here in the D180, we take a spin around the rest of the Disney universe, and we do it in 180 seconds. So let's jump right in. Man, oh man, we are getting to the end of the line with the Disney Destiny. We began our voyage a year ago at the Meyer-Werft shipyards, and now we're finally in a port once more as the Disney Destiny pulled into Port Canaveral just a few days ago. When a new Disney Cruise Line ship arrives at its port, crew members get a massive greeting from cast members, construction team members, Imagineers, Mickey, Minnie, and basically anyone else who has had anything to do with this ship's particular story. This time was no different when the Destiny pulled into Florida's port this time. More than 250 people were there to greet the new ship. I can only imagine what the celebration will look like when it hits its permanent home in Port Everglades. For now, there is plenty to get done. Rehearsals of the new Hercules stage show, stocking lounges and restaurants, picking up fireworks, selecting the movies for the nightly funnel show, getting pictures of that Spider-Man. The Disney Destiny is the new heroes and villains ship, as you may recall, so we have plenty of characters around to entertain guests. This is going to be an incredible maiden voyage. I can't wait to see what they unveil during that November 20th first trip. And hey, there's a really fantastic deal going on at Walt Disney World as well. Have you signed up for Disney Plus perks yet? I sure did, and I'm getting some cool deals on some random stuff, like Clear at the airport. Never anticipated that I would get a deal on going through lines faster. Now there's a new deal that I just might have to look into. Disney Plus Perks members can snag a 3-day, 3-park ticket, good starting January 12th through May 22nd, 2026. How much is this ticket, you might ask? Well, it's $109 per day is what I would respond, and that's not too shabby. Doesn't depend on the day, it's just $109 every time. So there are these one-day tickets for Animal Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios. Ask your favorite concierge if you want to add on anything else to this little deal. You know, like, I guess, Magic Kingdom, or a stay at a Walt Disney World hotel. There are plenty of options. The point being, message concierge and we'll hook you up. I hope you enjoyed our quick spin around the rest of the Disney universe. If you would like to learn more about these Disney adventures or just have a few questions, please come on over. Visit the social media and websites of both DL Weekly and Concierge. Then reach out to your personal travel planner, Teresa. She looks forward to planning something special for you and yours. I'm Eric Johnson, and this has been your D180.
Thanks, Eric.
Pilots, we've detected some producer questions near Jakku. Report to your DL Weekly vessels and make the jump to hyperspace. The 7-7 Squadron will provide support during your trivia mission. Good luck, and may the Force be with you.
Hello there. You found your way back to Trivia Land.
It was a very long walk through SnackChat, but we made it.
The holiday guide will do that to you, right?
You got to be easy on us because we're full.
No.
Okay.
No, I can't make that promise.
Teresa, I think we should just leave Trivia Land.
This is like your favorite.
And go where?
This is your favorite stop. I know this.
To Club 33, obviously.
Talk about that later. We can talk about other places that maybe you'll go to instead, right? And
there we go.
Sure.
That can be what we'll do. So, my first question for you this week is, what are the statues that are featured at Snow White's grotto?
Well, it's Snow White and the 7 Dwarves.
Which were like a gift.
Yeah, I don't remember what the full story was.
From like
it was
some Japanese person or something.
Yeah, it was a gift, but they the sizing was off. So Snow White is the same
size.
Yep, she's the same height. So they put her at the top and used forced perspective to make it appear that she was bigger and taller than the dwarves. Are we talking about the fish in the pond too, or just like...
I am curious about the other statues that are around, yes.
Okay.
There's also fish in the pond.
Yeah, there's fish in the pond that come out when the Wishing Well song goes.
Is there something else?
There's got to be woodland creatures, I'm sure.
Does that count if we just say woodland creatures?
No, I'm looking for specifics.
I think there's a squirrel.
That is an incredibly good description, Teresa. I'm very proud of that one.
I think there's like a squirrel or something. That sounds familiar.
Do the live ducks count?
No, I'm looking for statues. But I love that idea.
There's also the tree that has Peter and Wendy's initials carved in it around the corner.
That's not a statue, though.
I know, but distracting.
You're just
I'm razzle-dazzling, James.
Oh, okay. And just trying to be like, look at all these things we know about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that he would have pity on us.
7 dwarves.
So when we say 7 dwarves, will you be fine with that?
I will accept 7 dwarves,
Okay.
yes.
Fish, you thought there was a squirrel.
Well, the fish is, I think the fish are koi, specifically.
Do we need to say what kind of fish?
Take, you can stop trying to impress me. It's okay.
My goodness.
Are they koi?
I don't know.
They're fish. They're cartoon fish.
I think they're koi.
They're white. They're
yeah, all of it is white. They're all made from marble or whatever. And I think there's a squirrel. I don't know what else there'd be. Oh, there's probably birds.
Yeah, I was thinking there's birds, but I can't remember where I would have seen them. Do you think there's a rabbit, like a bunny?
Probably.
I'm gonna say bunny.
Woodland creatures.
Woodland creatures.
Just start naming them,
Birds.
right?
Okay,
Birds.
that's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna go with Snow White, the 7 dwarves.
Yep.
We can name them if you need. Fish, squirrels, bunnies, birds.
You two keep saying you can name the 7 dwarves.
Woodland
and
creatures.
I believe Teresa could, but I don't know if they can name all of them.
Sleepy, Dopey, Doc, Sneezy, Bashful. Now, I'm just trying to remember which ones I've said already. And the other 2.
I knew it.
No, hold on. Doc. Oh, Grumpy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm missing one.
You are.
Tag, you're
I
killing
need to hold on. Can I write it down? I just need to write it down.
I'm trying to decide if the
Use
one
that.
Okay.
is the one he's missing saying something about him.
Dopey,
I think it's a hint.
Sleepy.
It's something missing from your life, apparently.
sneezy,
It's not sneezy. I can tell you that.
grumpy,
Not grumpy either.
I mean, that was second to last.
bashful,
That's true.
Doc.
I feel so vindicated right now. Like, so
Stop it.
validated. Like, I knew it.
Dopey, sleepy, sneezy, grumpy, bashful, Doc. Am I missing like a super obvious one?
Yes.
I would think so, but apparently not. Do you want a hint?
No.
Okay.
I mean, he's probably the chubbiest of the dwarfs.
What is that supposed
It's
to
not a
be?
good hint, but he figured I wouldn't
There's
give you
not
the
one
obvious
called
one.
like glutton.
No, no,
It's
no,
the
no.
7 deadly sins now.
No. Hey.
Give me a hint.
You know.
Give me a
You know
hint.
what this is.
Yeah, give me a hint.
Okay.
Teresa's
if-
laughing.
if
That's a good hint.
You're grumpy, then I would be like if you and I were each dwarves.
Oh Lord.
Okay, it's the opposite of grumpy.
Teresa's
Oh,
laughing.
happy.
There we go. There we go.
Sorry.
That's why we're joking.
Dopey,
Is it-
sleepy, sneezy, grumpy, bashful, Doc, happy.
That's why we're joking. Is this missing from your life? Is that why you can't?
Well, the fact that I also didn't remember grumpy till
I
towards
know,
the
I
end.
know.
Yes.
Yeah. Good job.
But I
Tag.
got there, James.
You
got
did.
there.
Good job.
Yeah.
job.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's because happy's like the most obvious one, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, clearly. It was just assumed.
Who
So.
names something happy?
Well, the same person named something grumpy.
Sneezy.
Yeah, bashful.
I suppose. Okay, anyway, let's move on.
Okay.
Doc's the only one that really has like a name.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
All right, let's move on. My second question for you this week comes from Donna S. And since Vern asked you so many questions last week about Tiana's Bayou Adventure, I thought this was perfect timing to ask you a question about Splash Mountain.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Donna's question is, who was the first person, outside of like Imagineers and testing, to ride Splash Mountain? Or to make it through?
We joked about this because we were like, well, it was
Ken.
Pellman, but that's not like the official answer.
Oh, there's an official.
I'm sure
I think that's an official answer.
Well, from our stories that because Ken got to write it before it opened.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
So there's like
remember.
a real answer. Is it not Ken?
Was it Ernest? Because didn't they do?
Oh, for the ad, the
Yeah.
guy who plays Ernest
Yeah.
P. Worrell or whatever.
Yeah, I think Ernest. I think
From
is
the
going to be
Ernest-
like the official answer.
Sure.
I'm going to just put Ernest in quotes because I don't know what the guy's real name is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
If it is Ernest, that is what Ernest goes by. So, totally fine. All right, question number 3. I was reading a book and this got brought up as an anecdote, so I was excited to run into this one. Non-Disney book. What was Steve Martin's first job working at Disneyland? I'll give you a hint. He didn't start in the magic shop.
Didn't he do something with like food or something? Like, wasn't he a popcorn vendor or something like that?
That was Bob Weiss.
Yeah.
Could have been Steve Martin too. Maybe he sold
Maybe
balloons.
Steve
and
Martin
made
was
it.
like a busboy, like at like one of
Busboy?
the restaurants.
I was thinking busboy. We'll go with busboy.
And
So you read this in what book that was not Disney related?
Atomic Habits.
Oh, interesting.
They
Okay.
used Steve Martin as an anecdote at the beginning of how he really wanted to get into working at Disneyland. So he started early and kind of went through a couple of stops before he made it into the big acting world.
He was young when he started at Disneyland too.
He was.
And now he's in Only Murders in the Building, which is a
There
great
you go.
show. You watch that?
Not yet. No.
Oh, it's really good.
Nice little Hulu plug for the Disney people out there.
It was a
So
nice
good
little
job.
like full circle Disney career there.
Did you see
Started-
they updated the app and now you have like there's a bar at the top that goes between Hulu and Disney Plus and ESPN. Yeah.
Oh,
I think that's the
fancy.
case, which I think makes sense. They're probably trying to move them
Well,
all
they're
to one.
integrating everything,
Yeah.
right?
All right. Our last one. Our listener, Kavehi S., helped me put this one together. So I would like you to match the character from Disneyland's Mr. Toad's Wild Ride to the distinct scene or action associated with them in the attraction.
Ooh.
Wasn't this like a question that was in the Discord
There was
recently?
a question about what character was doing something in one of the, like who the character was on us in a certain spot
So I feel
in a
like
scene.
you should have this down because you were looking at all the characters and all the scenes after we.
No,
had this.
I was having what's that one you called when you like
The Mandela
the
effect?
Mandela effect hardcore on that question. I was baffled.
Okay, James, what do you got?
So partially good timing, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So your 4 characters that we're going to associate are Angus McBadger.
So he's the one that's in the library.
He's in the library.
And he is not sitting behind the desk like I thought he was.
He's on the ladder,
like,
right?
Falling off the ladder.
Okay, so we got one already.
With the candlestick in
Yeah,
the library.
yep.
Got it. Yep. All right. Number 2, Mr. Mole.
He's in the dining room, sitting at at a dining room table.
See, I told you this was going to be perfect for you.
Number 3 is J. Thaddeus Toad Esquire.
Where is Mr. Toad in the ride? Do you know? Or are you just waiting for me to flounder?
No, I'm thinking.
Okay, what's the 4th one?
Mr. Rat.
I don't think Ratty's in it. Or is he in the mural in the front? And we're going to call that.
Oh, Mr. Toad's in the mural in the front.
Yeah,
for
Mr.
sure.
Toad's in the mural. I don't think Ratty's actually in there.
Do you count now? Are you asking if they show up in the, could they be a picture on the wall? Or are you talking about they're actually in the scene as a character?
They are somewhere associated with the attraction and the building itself.
Okay, well, Mr. Toad is in the lobby. Also on the outside of the building.
Yeah, so I'd say Mr. Toad's in the queue.
Yeah, in the queue.
All right. Do you want the 4 things that we're going to associate with them?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Look at us doing all this extra work.
I know, you really are, and I appreciate that. A, associated, is seen briefly wearing a suit of armor.
Oh, that's Mr. Toad.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because that's it. Okay, yep.
B, found in the police patrol van during the chase scene.
Apparently that's Ratty.
Okay.
C, found celebrating in the Manor's banquet hall.
That's Molly.
Okay.
And D, is featured prominently on the attraction's weather vane.
Well, what the heck? That's Mr. Toad. Well, what? Yeah, the weather vane is Mr. Toad bouncing around in his
Vehicle.
automobile.
Yeah.
But I swear I saw Ratty, or not Ratty. I swear I saw him he's dressed up. Oh, he's not in a suit of armor. He's just dressed up looking like.
Okay, so who's in the suit of armor? Who do we not have?
Well, I
accounted for?
thought McBadger was in the library, and the library was not an option.
Okay, so put him in the suit of armor.
You're making me doubt myself now at this point. I'm going to have to go watch another POV to verify this.
Poor James.
I know.
So is that what we've decided?
I don't know what I'm deciding. I don't know. Okay, nope, we're going to do this. We're going to put Ratty in the suit of armor.
Okay.
And we're going to put McBadger with the police.
That sounds good.
I'm just thinking Ratty is tall, slender.
Sure.
I don't know.
And I think the suit of armor is tall and slender.
I just appreciate you using their Wind in the Willows names of Ratty and Moley and not just Mr. Rat and Mr. Mole as some people do. So
I don't know. The only one I'm for sure of is Moley and
Mr. Toad
on the weather vane.
Yep. All right, I think we're good, James.
Okie dokie. Then that wraps up our trivia for this week. I'm going to have to go and watch a point of view or 6.
Or 6.
Yeah, just to be sure, because I'm having doubts now about my memory. Maybe I shouldn't have gone to hell last time we were there. Who knows? But I do know we have something more exciting to talk about because, we went somewhere and ate cool food. So stick around after that discussion, and we'll give you the last course of trivia with our answers.
This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Well, this week for our discussion topic, we are talking about a really cool experience that we were able to experience at Disneyland altogether. So here is that discussion. So the other event that we did this week is we were fortunate and so lucky enough that we were able to get a reservation at Club 33 to eat in the dining room for lunch, not for dinner, but it's the same menu. So all of us had been to Club 33 before into the lounge area, but this time was actually in the dining room. So where do you want to start?
I think, well, first, start with how, like you said, thank you again. I feel like we'll be thanking these folks from now until eternity for helping unlock these insanely magical experiences for us and inviting us to join them on some of these really cool things because of their membership with Club 33. So thank you to both of our hidden Mickey and Minnie for helping. I mean, every time we experience something at the parks with Club 33, like somehow the bar just keeps getting raised, and it's kind of one of those like, I thought this last time was amazing, but now we're doing this. So anyway, so just huge thank you to those listeners and supporters.
Yes.
Our hidden, like I said, hidden Mickey and Minnie, our fairy godparents, whatever we want to call them.
They're just such kind human beings,
Yes,
which is
they
just
are.
so wonderful.
They are, which like makes it infinitely better too, and we genuinely enjoy spending time with them too.
We would also be saying this about them if they were not Club 33 members.
Oh, yeah.
Just so you're aware.
Yeah, that's true. So for me, the coolest part about this was, the reservation ended up being under my name. So I felt insanely fancy. In fact, I think I might print and frame the email because it was beautiful, even though it was an email. But anyway, so that was like insanely magical to me. There's photos and videos of me acting like a total geek, being excited to ring the bell and like tell them that we were there for a reservation for Teresa under my name, and having them like kind of walk us through the whole experience. So it's much different eating in the dining room than it is going to the lounge. The lounge is much more casual, much more laid back. Gorgeous inside, but just a different experience overall. Whereas this time we walk in and we're greeted with cool towels so that we can, I don't know, whatever you do with cool towels. We're not fancy people. So
wipe
it was nice
off
to
your
just
hands
kind of
and
like,
face.
kind of like wipe your neck and your hands and whatever. Very refreshing. And then we had a host lead us up the stairs and up into the dining room. Yeah, just absolutely magical. It was also very cool that the staircase was themed and decorated for the season. So, of course, it was wearing its spooky best. It seemed like the theme this year was spiders because there were Club 33 spiders everywhere. But it was gorgeous. What were your two initial thoughts going in for lunch?
I mean, the decor is just beautiful. The place is already nice, and the fact that they were able to add to it and not be over the top still with it and fit with the theme and elegance was just really nice.
Yeah. Oh, and before we completely space that we didn't actually mention this part, the other thing that was incredible was we got to bring along two very important folks to us into the podcast. Both of our community managers, Kate and Olivia, were able to experience this incredible experience with us, and it was both of their first times ever getting into Club 33, which we know how special and important that is for us Disney fans, and how it's like bucket list, like please I hope maybe one day this could happen item for so many of us. And so that was truly magical to be with them during their first experience while we were having our first experience in the dining room, because again we'd been there before but just had a different experience with the lounge side. What are some of the main differences, Tag, that you noticed?
Vern has not given his first opinion.
So I really appreciate the way that they because we had been in the lounge before, we'd been in the entrance before, but I loved that they were able to decorate very much with the less is more type of decoration idea. That yes, they decorated, but they didn't have to splash it all over and overly do it, which sometimes Disney can just be like, we're going to just throw as much decoration as we can on things. And in Club 33, they said, yeah, it's Halloween. We decorated. And it's beautiful, and you love it. And And that was very nice. And of course, the place it's gorgeous, it's elegant, the way that they treat you, and everybody is a celebrity when you walk into Club 33.
Yeah.
They
Treated
don't-
that way, yes.
Yeah, they don't say, "Oh, you're the podcasters that are allowed in here by the members." They say, "Oh, welcome. How can we help you?" And that just the professionalism and the profound respect that is shown by every person there. It's mind-blowing. It's awesome.
And we're kind of talking about that because this definitely feels like a space that I would say I don't belong in. As someone who grew up, like middle class, still lives kind of that kind of economic area by all means, but they never made me feel out of place.
Not at all.
The space itself just was welcoming, and like it was like everyone belongs here who sets foot in here. So thank you for being here. Let's have a great time together.
Yes.
There was a couple things just as somebody who's not used to fine dining, which I would say none of the four of us are used to the fine dining. When we sat down,
Speak for yourself.
when they sat us down, the ladies were given a stool to put their bag on because you're not going to set your bag, of course, on the floor, even though the floor was meticulously, taken care of. You were going to stick it on this like stool, like that you would sit on. You could sit on, but we had, over the course of the meal, we had purchased some things that came in a Club 33 bag, and so it got set on that. And so it was just one of those things that I joked with Teresa and Vern because we record at their place, and we eat here before we record. And I said, well, when we come over to your house next time, I expect a little stool to put my bag on. So that was kind of fun. I also want to make a quick shout out at the beginning. Alistair was the waiter for us, our server, and he was fantastic. Fantastic. There was like a, what do you call the assistant waiter? He was also very good, but Alistair was our main guy, and I was made the butt of a joke quite often because I deserved it. Let's just leave it at that.
You were asking for it.
I was asking for it. But you know what? I really enjoyed it, and if there was anybody that was going to make fun of me for something, Alistair was definitely that person. And the cool thing was, the members of the club asked who we had, and we said Alistair, and they said, he's our favorite. So it was really wonderful.
He had been there, what did he tell us, for 33 years. He also was a Walt Disney Legacy cast member. So he had one of the blue name tags, which we all know is such a high, high honor. He was, incredible. Everyone that we encountered that worked there was just absolutely phenomenal and just made the entire service feel like effortless. And it was completely their pleasure to be going through this with us. They were very welcoming, very accommodating, even minor things like making sure that we knew that it was okay to get up and experience and enjoy the balconies and overlooking New Orleans Square. And
look down on the normal people, as I kept saying, or, well, I said it a different way, but like
the peasantry,
the peasants down below. One of the things that the community managers mentioned to us and that we had observed previously was, it's so weird. No guest on the main, like walking around the park, looks up at the balcony for some reason. So as we're sitting there looking down at everybody, nobody like looks up and like waves or acknowledges it. It was very interesting how that all works.
I feel like that's by design, that they've done enough with the trees and enough other places that if you're looking up at it.
Sure. So the meal was a 4-course meal. There was a first course, a second course, an entree, and a finale. And so let's just go around quick. What did you order for what? I think we ordered quite a bit of the stuff from the first thing.
Just ask Teresa what I ordered.
Yeah,
She
we
basically had the
somehow
same
didn't
thing.
end up all ordering like one of everything, which was wild. But first course, James and I both enjoyed probably the most not exciting sounding thing that we could have chosen. But we got the chicken tortilla soup, and it might just be me, but I don't think I'm wrong. I think it was probably the most exciting thing off of the starter menu because it came to us deconstructed. So we got a bowl that just had like the soup. I don't know. What do you call it?
All the fixings.
Yeah, all the fixings. So it had like the tortilla strips, the chicken, and, other things that would be in the soup. However, what it was missing was it was dry. There was no broth. And then next thing you know, we had someone else come out with like an individual little pitcher that had fresh hot broth, and they poured it on our soup right away, which was so flavorful and so delicious. And honestly, I wish I could eat soup like this more often, because with it being chicken tortilla, the tortilla strips stayed nice and crunchy, even though they were fully immersed in the broth. It was very fun. It was much more an event and more involved than I was expecting.
It's like a show.
It was.
James, what did you think of the tortilla soup?
Ditto to Teresa.
I was originally going to get the Sonoma quail, but Alistair recommended the ahi crudo instead, which was very good. All of these, by the way, something I guess I could leave to the end, but I'll just put here before I forget. All of these are definitely like fine dining portions. They're a little bit smaller.
I loved it.
I thought for sure that at the end of the meal, we were going to go have some other food. I was surprised as we left. I said, I'm actually full. So, surprise, surprise.
It was perfect.
The ahi crudo was really good. I know a few of us at the table got it. The one thing we did not get, we didn't get the quail, but also there was a golden Ostera caviar that would have cost $175 additional dollars if you get that. And then, Vern, what was the menu they gave you?
So listeners that are vegan or vegetarian, I want to take a quick moment. Carnivore listeners, just pull out your left earbud and you don't have to listen
Carnivore
to this for a
listeners
second.
should listen
all right,
because
everybody's allowed to listen if you care to, but especially our vegan and vegetarian listeners, hear me right now. I am a vegetarian, and I learned during this most recent visit, advocate for yourself. Use your voice and say to whoever is serving you, I'm a vegetarian, what can you do for me? This happened for me at Club 33, but it also happened at other areas as well. Like we were at Rancho de Zocalo, and I was staring at the menu and saying, I don't know what I can have. And the person that was working the counter looked at me and said, vegetarian? Okay, well, you can actually put in the soy chorizo and have pretty much anything you want. What do you want? And, I learned this trip, use your voice, you can get anything. So, we're at Club 33. I'm looking over the menu. There's vegetarian options on everything except the first course. So Alistair comes around and he says, are you ready to order, sir? And I said, yeah, first course. I'm a vegetarian. Is there anything you can do for me? And he says, hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. And he walks away really quickly. He comes back, hands me a new menu, an entirely new page that we haven't seen yet. And he says, these are our vegan options. I'll give you a moment to look everything over. So I started.
And he said you could order from either menu.
Yes, I could mix and match from the two different menus if I chose to. So I got to start my day off with the green garbanzo hummus with blistered peppers and lemon chile oil. And it was delicious.
We talked about portion sizes. This thing was not a small portion size. There was a lot of flatbread. The hummus was really good. I got to taste some of Vern's. It was very good.
I love this. I'm looking at the photo you took of the menu, Vern, and it's called Le Grand Salon Garden District menu.
Oh.
I like that.
You also got your own loaf of bread.
Yes, yeah. Actually, because I had ordered it off of the vegan menu, when they did bread service, they brought out bread and butter for everybody. And then a few minutes later, they came out and set down a separate loaf of bread next to me and said, here's your vegan bread with vegan butter, sir. And the vegan butter that they use, excellent. Absolutely choice.
It was delicious. So this is why, even if you are not vegetarian or vegan, it was good to listen to what Vern's talking about, because I think everybody at the table tried different portions or different parts of Vern's meal at one point or another. Or if you were like me, maybe you tried one of, a bite of each of the courses, and everything was excellent. Like that hummus was so good. The bread, amazing.
It was a very light and fluffy sourdough, and it was just, it was so good.
So for the second course, there's 3 options on the menu. I was going to potentially, and again, Alistair said the lamb grape. Was that? Yeah, I got the lamb grape leaves. I thought it was very good. I don't usually get lamb, but I thought it was very, very good. What did you get?
Well, I was going to let James talk about it
Sure.
since I talked about our first. James and I were of the same brain for this meal.
Great until the finale.
Yes.
So
yeah.
It's just, sometimes how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Here's where I falter. I don't remember what the second.
It was
course
called
was.
the pear panzanella.
That's right, because it was the pear with the prosciutto and the other points to it. Sure, the ricotta. Sure.
Honey
You
ricotta.
need to see the menu.
No, this is the forgettable part of the meal for me. It was good.
Really?
It was yummy, but everything else stood out more to me than this one. Like, this is not a criticism by any means because it was all very good. It just was the least of the very goods to me.
Wow.
tasted your pear panzanella, and I thought it was very good, James.
That was honestly, that beat out the chicken tortilla soup for me, and we all just heard how impressed I was about the chicken tortilla soup. I really enjoyed this.
Was it the saltiness of the prosciutto? Did that overpower everything?
No, every bite with prosciutto was better for me.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I tried to do every bite. I tried to get all components together instead of
Which I think how you're supposed to eat these types of things, right?
But it was delicious. It was I think it was a whole grilled
Had to be
pear.
A whole pear.
It was a much larger portion than the previous course had been. I was a little worried. I was like, oh no, maybe I'm not going to get through everything.
we were promised it was only going to be a couple of bites.
Yeah.
That was it was more than a couple of bites.
No, I really liked that.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Somebody else at our party did get the mushroom risotto, though, and I did try it, and it was pretty good. Vern, what did you get for your second course?
My second course, I had the choice of the harvest pear tart with roasted shallot or hazelnut, or I could have had the roasted carrot and lemongrass broth with red lentils and cashew yogurt. I went with the pear tart, and it was awesome. It was not so much pear. It was very good.
Because they already ate all the pears.
Yeah,
apparently, yes.
Yeah.
They gave all the pears to James. And no, mine was an excellent balance of just enough pears, just enough shallots, just enough hazelnuts. It just sweet enough. Just the pastry that it was on, just flaky enough. I mean, everything was all that I would have dreamt it would be and more.
For the main entree, I had contemplated doing the duck breast, but I fell back because I figured the filet mignon would be really, really good. I was a little concerned because they have a green peppercorn lemon vinaigrette, and I'm not a lemon fan, and it had lemon bubbles, but very good, not too lemony, cooked perfectly. Normally I need a sauce. It had a little bit of a sauce. It was wonderful. Amazing.
It just melted in your mouth.
Did you also have the filet?
Filet was what James and I also had for our entree. And I think the thing that was wild to me was the lemon bubbles, because it was just this like little frothy thing on the side, and you're like, oh, I forgot, like I didn't read the full description, so I just saw filet and I said yes. And quickly made sure there was no mushrooms and said yes. But yeah, the lemon bubbles was it was very interesting visually, and then also interesting to like eat. It didn't have much flavor. It was obviously very airy, since it was just like, it looked like suds. That sounds really terrible, but it looked like suds.
It's a foam. The two community managers both got the sustainable fish, which was also very good. I took a bite of one of theirs, and I was like, I should have gotten this.
I'm not sure there was a wrong choice on
that's true.
These menus. I really don't.
Vern, what did you have for your main? I think this is the one I saw you roll your eyes back in your head.
Yes, it was. I had the mushroom risotto with chanterelle mushrooms, Brussels sprouts, and a mushroom demi-glaze. And it was so good. The mushrooms perfectly done. The Brussels sprouts had just the right amount of char to them, and then really crisped them up, but left them nice, just that right crunch with a little softness. The demi-glaze, just everything about it was just everything that I wanted it to be. It was delicious.
I'm not kidding when I say I looked across the table and Vern took a bite, and I swear his eyes rolled to the back of his head.
Yeah, because it was that good.
Yeah. And then for the finale, of course, the dessert, there was options of a chocolate pecan brioche, a pumpkin harvest, an apple cinnamon creme brulee tart, and an artisanal cheese plate. And I got talked to the chocolate pecan brioche, which poor James couldn't take. We thought we'd maybe trade, but it has pecans, which he's allergic to. It was pretty good. It wasn't as, sometimes when you get chocolate in a dessert, for me, the chocolate can be very chocolatey and like too much and too rich. I didn't think that with this. What did you get?
I ended up getting the apple cinnamon creme brulee tart with mascarpone chantilly and an orange caramel sauce. It was enjoyable. It wasn't, I do enjoy creme brulees quite a bit, and this did have a very thick brulee on top, and I did enjoy it.
What shape was it, Teresa?
What do you mean? It was a rectangle.
It was like a stick of butter.
Normally, creme brulee is circular.
Oh, yes.
So this was kind of, it was a rectangle. So it was very different than most creme brulees.
It was. It also had a little like dehydrated apple wedge as part of the like decor, and a little caramel and a little like an apple sauce that was the plate decoration. It was good. I enjoyed it. I will say we were very fortunate and happened to be back. I feel ridiculous saying this because like I can't believe this happened, but we happened to be back in Club 33 the next night.
Not for dinner. Well, for dinner, but not in the
main
just for
dining.
drinks and appetizers.
And I
like
ordered
commoners.
a different dessert over there. It was very well themed, but it was like a spider themed dessert, and that dessert was like so good. Like it blew that creme brulee tart thing out of the water.
What did you guys have James, what did you have?
Okay. I had the pumpkin harvest. I was the only person to order the pumpkin harvest.
We all should have ordered the pumpkin harvest.
And I was the smartest person at the table for ordering pumpkin harvest.
Can I just say, I should just listen to James, because when we went on our first cruise, James got the warm chocolate melted cake, and I got the creme brulee, and then I was like, you obviously made the right decision. So James knows how to pick desserts. I should have gone with the pumpkin harvest.
So it came out, and it looked like a little pumpkin on a plate with some, like, breadcrumby kind of looking things underneath it, and then it just crumbled down into a lovely pumpkin crumble. It was just so tasty, so light. It had so much good pumpkin flavor without being overwhelming.
And pomegranate.
Yes, which was great to mix in, both like the seeds and the other way that they presented pomegranate, I think, of the little cubes. But it was just outstanding. Like, it was fun to eat because of the presentation, and you know that you eat with your eyes first, and seeing something like that, I was just so grateful because, like, my meal started strong, my meal finished strong. It was just a great way to finish it, and I'm hoping that more people, as they saw that dish come out for Club 33, were like, I should have gotten that one too, and maybe tried to change their order.
The presentation was adorable.
It was
too.
outstanding. Yep.
And Vern.
I'm a sucker for a creme brulee, so I just had to see that word on the menu, and I was like, yep, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
So I also had the apple creme brulee that Teresa had, and I loved it. It was just the right amount of creme, just the right amount of brulee, just the right amount of apple. It tickled my taste buds and tantalized my tasters.
You had the menu up for the vegan thing. What was the vegan options for dessert?
Not me.
That included the black grape and peanut buckle candied peanut gelato, or the sweet
potato cinnamon fritters.
Thank
Ooh.
With a dark chocolate ganache.
That sounds like it'd be good.
Yeah.
I mean, both of which are excellent options, and I'm sure would have been great, but I can't resist a creme brulee.
Creme brulee. So overall, what were your two opinions of the whole experience overall?
I loved that we went in knowing that we were going to take some time and really just enjoy food slowly and company even slower in all the best ways. And having the great people that we were with amongst the four of us just made it a really great experience. And I say that both about Kate and Olivia, as well as Alistair and the rest of the team that was around us. It's so unusual for a Disney Parks day by all means, but knowing that we were going in for that and being ready for it, it's just a great memory for me.
Yeah, I mean, I have to yes and that. I mean, definitely the finest meal in the world eaten by yourself is just a fine meal. But a fine meal eaten with fine people is even so much more fine. So definitely, being with a great group made it so good. Having the service there is, our first time that we were there, when we were just in the lounge, I was blown away by the quality of the service. And this coming from somebody that worked in food service for 20 years, I was blown away by the quality of the service just being in the lounge. And then going into the actual dining room and seeing the quality of the service there, I was just dumbstruck that they could take everything to the level that they took it and provide such service with such a high level of professionalism and treat everybody with such care and, just the ease with which they did it and flew into everything. It was absolutely amazing to be able to deliver that food and that atmosphere and that environment in such a flawless manner. It was great. It was incredibly enjoyable, and I'm glad that I got to share it with people that I enjoy the company of so much.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
It
Overall.
really was.
Yeah.
It's such a special experience, and if you ever have the opportunity, 100%,
Take it.
100% go. But like James mentioned, go into it with, don't think of it like how park days normally go, because most of what being in the theme parks can feel very rushed and very go. And it's like, it's apparent the moment you step in the doors of Club 33, when that door closes behind you and suddenly it feels like you were transported into an entirely different place, because you don't hear the crowd and park noises that were just like all around you. You don't even realize how loud the park is until all of a sudden it's just like gone. The thing that was wild to me was it's a very popular place, right? It's very exclusive and very difficult to get into. So the fact that service was so, I'm sure it wasn't actually, but it felt very relaxed on our side, being the guests. Never did we feel rushed, even if like we took our time out on the balcony for quite a while and nobody kind of like came looking for us and like, hey, your dessert's out here. No, they just were very tuned into what we were doing, where we were, and how things were going. And they like the timing of them bringing out all the courses was perfect. I was a little worried, since it was 4 courses, that I was going to get very full very fast, but I don't think anybody had that feeling, nor do I, like you said, I don't think anybody left hungry with it either.
One thing to kind of go with the fine dining establishment kind of thing, when we went outside and took a bunch of pictures on the balcony, we came back and they had folded our napkins again.
Yeah.
like nicely on the thing, and like we didn't see them do that, it just kind of happened.
Magic. It was magic.
Yeah. Club 33, fine dining, Disney magic.
Absolutely incredible. And I was completely obsessed with all of the holiday Halloween time themed decor that they put up everywhere, because it was done so, like, it was very in theme, but also done so well that it wasn't overwhelming, and it just kind of like, it just fit in so perfectly. And the cool thing is thank you to social media, I have seen what other versions of like decor in Club 33 has been for the different holidays, and it's not the same every year. They change it up. And then that theme is kind of like woven throughout all sorts of other things. So all of the little coasters had the Club 33 logo that looked, it was the Club 33 logo, but it was a 2025 Halloween version of the Club 33 logo, because it was spider themed. The bags, if you purchase merchandise, had that same, it was a different color than what the bags normally are, and it also had that Halloween logo. Same thing with that logo was then on different merch pieces that you could purchase. So they really like, it was everywhere, which is kind of crazy to think about when Halloween season is like 2.5 months. So, and then the fact that that's now all probably taken down and they're prepping for what the Christmas or winter holiday season is.
Whatever that looks like for the holiday season, because I'm sure they're gonna have like Christmas trees and everything else. That'll be really amazing. Yeah. So, once again, thank you to our fairy god people that were able to extend this courtesy to us. They did not do the lunch with us. They were actually out of town for that day, which is why the next day we ended up going back to the lounge, because they came and wanted to hang out with us for a little while. And they're like, do you want to go to the lounge? And I figured it's one of those situations where a lot of people prior to us doing this podcast, I was one of these people, would give their right arm to do it. So if offered, you should say yes.
We will never say no. Yeah. We will never say no.
And it's a great experience. So don't get me wrong. Like, I don't want to say no. I'm just saying, like, when the opportunity's there and somebody asks, you take it.
It's a different kind of magic.
Yeah. So I'm glad we were able to share that with everybody. And if you do get the opportunity to go, definitely do it. It is definitely one of the pricier things you'll do, but it was really a lot of fun.
Looks like we're coming in for a landing, gang. But please stay listening until trivia comes to a stop. And then you can walk to the nearest exit. Thanks for listening to the 8th wonder of the world, DLWeekly.
Well, welcome back to Trivia Land. We had to go really far after discussion topic place. The discussion, dapper discussion.
Discussionville.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't have to brand everything, right? But good to see you back. I've
Okay.
got 3 answers for sure for you from Trivia Land, and one that we're probably going to talk about a little bit because I don't think my memory served me right. So you might just get free points this week.
Ooh, free points.
Free points.
But it'll be fun. But that's the last question, as you probably figured out from earlier. So let's talk about the first questions that we did. So I asked, what statues are featured at Snow White's grotto? And the answers I was looking for was Snow White, the 7 dwarfs, which we all know the names of now, a small bird, which is perched up by Snow White,
We do have a bird.
a deer, which is down on the bottom level, a
Woodland creature.
Yeah, woodland creature, yep. A squirrel, which is on the log.
Job, Tig.
Or a squirrel.
Yep.
Yep.
Next to a rabbit.
Look at that.
And down by the pond, there are
turtles.
2 frogs.
Oh.
And actually, I said the deer was at the bottom. I don't think that's true either. Pretty sure that one was up towards the top. But I didn't put that in my notes from the
What about
trip.
the fish?
I didn't write down any fish. I didn't see any fish while we were there. So
They only come up, like, they're underwater, and then they come up when the Wishing Well song, like when the echo is going on. So they're not always there. They're tricky.
So that's the tricky one.
Tricky
That's-
fish.
That's why I didn't see them, wasn't able to count them. That area was blocked off on my free day with all the celebrities that were hanging out there. So
I know, dang it, Mr. Beast.
I know just how it goes, right? So yeah, definitely half credit for you, especially for telling me about fish. So let's go into our second question. Listener Donna S. wanted to know who was the first person to ride Splash Mountain. And you both got there. It's Ernest. Woo! Ernest goes to Splash Mountain.
We're still going to give credit to Ken.
Yes. The short documentary where Ernest was training to be a splashtronaut.
Oh.
And he became the first person to successfully ride the attraction. And the news program makes a huge deal all about it. So you remember Ernest P. Worrell, it's Jim Varney that portrays him.
Yes.
So, but now that Splash Mountain's gone and has all that controversy, we're probably never going to see that anyway. So we just have to believe it happened and it's true, right?
So real-time follow-up, the deer is next to Snow White at the top.
Okay. That's what I was thinking after I said that out loud.
And there's a squirrel and what was the other thing?
A rabbit on the
And a
log.
rabbit in the middle between some of the dwarves. And then there's a couple frogs. Actually, it looks like there's 3 frogs.
Ooh, is
at
there
the
a
bottom.
third one I missed?
And then there is the fish that come up.
Okay. I guess no one was making wishes when I walked by. So I learned something too in Trivia Land. Look at that.
Yeah, so the frogs spit water, and then the fish come out of the water and also spit water.
Lots and
And
lots of
Teresa was
spit.
right. It's when the song's going or whatever. So bing, bang, boom.
Look at that. All right. My third question, I wanted to know what was Steve Martin's first job at Disneyland? You both thought he was a busboy. Nope. He was closer to welcoming guests. He sold guide maps at the entrance gate.
Oh.
They used to sell guide maps?
50
Yeah, like
cents
have like
guidebook.
a person that's what they did. Wow.
But I mean, it wasn't like nowadays you just get a guide map.
Yeah, they probably had like those guidebook type things.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Interesting.
Well, he had a couple cool jobs then.
Final question. Kavehi helped get me to this one. Wanted to talk about where the characters really showed up or got involved on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I'm already upset with myself because I swore that one of the characters was in the suit of armor that came down at you, but nope, there's a head on that suit of armor, so that's definitely not a character. So tally ho.
Tally ho.
Yeah. We got Angus McBadger in the library, as he stated.
With the candlestick.
With the candlestick or the stack of books in the ladder that he's slowly falling off of. We got the banquet hall where Molly is celebrating his way through that one. Toad, like we stated, is indeed on the weather vane. But no one seems to be in a suit of armor like I was hoping that there was someone in there. So that's the one that's missing out for me at this point. And I still haven't gotten to the end scene to see if Ratty is indeed the police vehicle. But I'm learning a lot about this attraction again. See, I think my problem was Tig made me drive last time. And I never drive.
That's it.
So I have to have something to blame. It's the only thing that makes sense. It couldn't be me.
Okay, I am watching a ride-through video from Fresh Baked, and I swear in all the times that I went on this attraction, I have never seen this part right here that I remember.
You've never paid
opening.
attention?
No.
Really?
That opens?
What are you looking at when we go through that
No,
part?
not that, obviously.
He's talking about the keep out gate before you get to the bridge, I guess, that has like the flock of sheep that are up there.
So where's the paddy wagon
I don't know.
that you're talking about?
See, that's another thing that I think I'm not remembering either. I think I was confusing like the pie truck with it.
I think the only place Ratty is, I don't think he's inside of the attraction proper. I think maybe we can find him on the front
He's probably
mural.
got a carving on the outside as well, like
For
the other
sure,
people.
yeah, for sure. He's at one of those I don't know, those nice carvings
Do you
on the
see
side
him
in the
here
queue.
somewhere?
Yeah, he's right there. He's in front of Cyril the horse.
This one?
Yeah, so Toad is on top of the horse.
Yeah.
And then Molly's left. That's Ratty there, and then that's Mech Badger.
Gotcha. So on the mural in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I remembered the officer from the courtroom being outside with the pies.
Oh.
And that's what I get for waiting until after I asked a question. What was happening about it
That's
after
okay.
I rewrote Kavai's
Real
question,
time
so-
vetting is all that was.
You know what? We just learned together and got to all experience Toad again,
Mhm.
and that's a win in my book always.
There you
so,
go.
Toad is
There you
great.
go. Well, I love that both Tag and I have had like these weird, we thought for sure the scene in Toad was this, but then we were watching stuff and we're like, what is this?
Mhm.
It's such a simple attraction, but it keeps surprising us year
Just
after year.
Goes to show no matter how long something's been there and how many times you've been on it, you don't know what you're missing out on.
True.
So-
Very, very true.
and that's why we get to keep on finding trivia questions all the way through this, because you never know what you two have missed or what someone else has seen that is so cool to point out to other people. So if you have one of those ideas or just have some great ideas for trivia that we can get right, like we usually do, just send it in to us. Head to our website. It's dlweekly.net/trivia.
Well, we will be back next week with more Disneyland news and information.
Until then, go out and enjoy the parks.
A special thank you to Sidel for editing the podcast and Andy Mack for all the wonderful character transitions. Also to Jane Steve for supporting at the Club 33 level.
Hello, I am Baymax, your personal podcast companion. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this episode? My scans indicate you have been a good weekly tier. Have a lollipop. Now excuse me while I let out some air. Goodbye.